We are live from the beautiful Sphere in Las Vegas for UFC 54. The main card action kicks off with this incredible featured middleweight bout between Israel, the last stylebender Adesanya, and Aaron Scarface Snyder. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a fight that's been brewing for years, and we finally get treated to it on the biggest stage.
Look at that reach disparity, 10 inches. That is a massive hill to climb when you're facing a technical maestro like Israel Adesanya. Izzy is arguably the greatest range manipulator this division has ever seen. But Aaron Snyder is not your average undefeated prospect. This kid has finished everyone put in front of him. Paulo Costa, Yoel Romero, Robert Whittaker, and most recently pulling off a Gogo Plata against Brendan Allen. He is dangerous everywhere this fight goes.
You're spot on, but giving up 10 inches of reach and 3 inches of height against Adesanya means Snyder cannot afford to hang out on the perimeter. If Aaron stays on the outside, Izzy will pick him apart with feints, jabs, and those stinging calf kicks all night. Snyder has got to use that youth advantage. He has to crash the pocket, use his dirty boxing, and test Adesanya's grappling. We know Snyder has lethal submissions, but he's got to get inside that 80-inch wingspan first. A battle of legendary pedigree versus unblemished momentum under the lights of the Sphere.
Ready to fight? Ready. Good.
Oh, both men immediately jockeying for control of the center of the octagon.
Izzy remaining calm under already intense pressure from Snyder, but this was always the game plan, wasn't it? Feel him out early, then start picking him apart as the fight goes on. Textbook Izzy.
But he can't let Snyder get ahead of him on damage. Snyder just gets more aggressive as the fight goes on. We've seen that time and time again. Snyder has the cardio to throw bombs for hours. He's an Olympic gold medalist. Snyder explodes inside, throws heat with those hands. Adesanya slips the brunt of it, but look at that hand speed from Aaron. Snyder's going for the takedown.
He gets it, and easily too. This is a huge moment, partner, because now Adesanya has to carry the weight of an Olympic gold medalist wrestler.
That's right. Adesanya has never fought somebody with Snyder's wrestling pedigree, and now we get to see how he performs in such a predicament.
Izzy back to his feet. Wow.
Izzy executed a perfect escape and has taken this fight back to his world. On the other hand, Aaron Snyder has never fought somebody with Izzy's kickboxing pedigree.
But watch for Snyder. He's going to immediately continue to walk Izzy down. Look to get on the inside here.
Izzy defends another takedown, forcing Snyder to stand with him. The takedown defense tonight on display by Izzy has been nothing short of beautiful thus far.
Yes, partner, and now he has to keep punishing Aaron for those blind takedown attempts. Make him think twice about shooting, because if Aaron keeps shooting, he's eventually gonna find something.
Oh, big knee from Izzy.
That's what I'm talking about, the punishing of the takedown attempts. Izzy needs to keep up with those knees.
A check hook from Snyder, and he's starting to get inside now. Snyder is starting to get very comfortable, forcing his way into the pocket.
What a big shot from Izzy!
Snyder's hurt for sure now. He ties up and lands some on the inside. Izzy has to capitalize on this and continue the onslaught. Now a huge takedown from Snyder. He gets it. Snyder's on top. Izzy pushes off and he's back to his feet. Whoa, what a fight!
Snyder has gotten tagged a bit in this round, but it has not slowed his output. He's not yet respected the power of Izzy. Is that a good or a bad thing?
That remains to be seen. On one hand, Izzy does have the power to put your lights out. On the other hand, it's also been 2 years since we've seen Izzy in the octagon, and there are still many unanswered questions about his abilities coming off such a layoff. We've seen the speed, we've seen the accuracy, but does Adesanya still possess that one-hit knockout power?
And that's round 1 in the books. What a fight thus far.
In my opinion, that was a big opening round for the returning Adesanya. To come off the shelf after 2 years, defend that many takedown attempts, and set the pace for this fight on your own terms is nothing short of spectacular. It's what we've come to expect for Adesanya, and he hasn't lost a step.
Agreed. Aaron really needs to start dictating the pace of this fight because Izzy is getting ahead of him.
Aaron grabs the leg and scores the takedown. He's already looking to pass guard. This is bad news for Adesanya.
The sooner Izzy gets up, the better, because Aaron likes to put all of his weight on his opponents and make it a suffocating endeavor to return upright. At the same time, Izzy doesn't want to get into a wild scramble and find himself in a submission.
No problem. Izzy back to his feet. That elbow landed clean for Snyder. Izzy retreating. He's rocked.
This is the best moment of the fight thus far for Snyder. We needed to see this. Snyder working with a sense of urgency on the inside. He needs to throw those unorthodox strikes to set up his takedowns, get Izzy's mind working overtime.
Another big shot from Snyder, and Izzy is rocked. Snyder walking him down and scores a massive takedown.
But Izzy is immediately working his way back to his feet. This has kind of been the story of the fight. Snyder shoots, sometimes he scores, but every single time Izzy is back to his feet.
But Snyder isn't letting up. He advances and lands huge on Izzy. Oh my goodness, they're clanging and banging in there. Israel Adesanya and Aaron Snyder are putting on some beautiful violence right here inside the sphere. drops Izzy.
Izzy got too comfortable and was baited into trading with Snyder. He needs to get this back into kickboxing range. Aaron has a win over Manny Pacquiao, a professional boxer. Izzy does not want to be in the phone booth with Aaron.
Not at all! Aaron is a beast at boxing range. Now's a good time for Izzy to hang back, regroup. He's still hurt. Jesus Christ! The right hand sits Adesanya down. Izzy might be out. Aaron now throwing bombs on the ground here.
And it is all over. Just like that, Aaron Snyder earns the biggest win of his MMA career.
Aaron Snyder defeats Israel Adesanya in round 2 by knockout. He set up the right hand with the Superman punch, and that was all she wrote. Aaron Snyder proves that he's more than just a hype. He has beaten another former world champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, the middleweight championship is on the line here. Antonio the Annihilator Snyder takes on the Soldier of God, Yoel Romero. Antonio making his official UFC debut after stepping in on short notice to face his brother Alan Snyder in Alan's retirement fight. You see Antonio's got the slight reach advantage, but everything else is almost virtually the same. They're both over 45 and over. Yoel's got almost as many knockouts as Antonio's got submissions, so this is going to be interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Round number 1 of a possible 5 rounds. Yoel immediately taking the center of the octagon, throws a blind kick, but that one to the body lands. Antonio answers with a sweeping kick. Nice jab from Antonio here. And Yoel now just throwing wild right now, but Antonio staying composed. Big head kick from Yoel, but he gets clipped there, and that's a huge uppercut. That rocked him. That hurt him bad right there, and that's a nice straight right hand from the Annihilator. Ooh, takes a knee to the body, though, and another uppercut from Antonio. Antonio going 2 for 3 on those uppercuts here tonight, but the head kick of Yoel, well, he just throws that from so far away and glides into it. That leg kick buckled Yoel Romero, though. Oof. Big shots already. We are not even a minute into this fight, ladies and gentlemen. And these men are throwing bombs Expect Yoel to come marching forward, but he gets clipped. Oh, he gets dropped right there. Dropped early. Leg kick lands. Yoel's got to calm down here. Antonio is punishing him with those counters. Antonio Snyder, obviously the son of Chad Snyder, a prolific professional boxer who went the distance with Muhammad Ali. Oh, big shots! So Antonio knows all about what it takes to land those counter shots, to find that chin. And he drops him again. Now he's on top, passing into side control. Is going to get a crucifix here. This is a bad position for Yoel Romero. Oof, my goodness. He's already opened him up here, folks. See, right under the eye, right on the cheek of Yoel Romero, there's a big cut. Now Antonio getting up. Perhaps that's because of Yoel's wrestling acumen. Oof. That axe kick just barely missed. Yoel still walking Antonio down, though. He has not respected the power of Antonio Snyder, despite getting dropped twice in a 2-minute span here. Ooh, head kick lands for Antonio. Yoel backing up. Yoel telling Antonio to come on. Big body shot, but ooh, blocks that uppercut. Oh, and a nice left hook from the Annihilator. And now he's on top. Big shots already. Ground and pound. Yoel moving his head. Talking to him here. Ooh, oh, that's it. That's it. Herb Dean waves it off just like that. Antonio Snyder is the new UFC middleweight champion of the world. What a statement. In his official debut here in the UFC, Antonio Snyder captures the middleweight title, and that has been the question. Antonio Snyder has captured championships all over. Rizin won championship, even in promotions you've never heard of. The question of his career was, can he compete at the UFC level? Can he become a UFC champion? And that's exactly what he did tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Antonio Snyder has made his arrival here in a big, big way. The new king of the middleweight division. Of course, this because Jake Carter moving all the way up to heavyweight in tonight's main event. Crazy to say that, ladies and gentlemen, but wow, what a performance. And if this is what's come to expect of Antonio here in this middleweight division, these contenders are going to have a very hard time. Ladies and gentlemen, what a fight. Wow. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the second of our championship fights tonight. It is Derek Dojo challenging Kai Asakura for the vacant flyweight championship. Obviously, the retirement of Demetrius Johnson has left a void in this division, and these two are going to fight to fulfill it. Derek Dojo fighting out of the Snyder Combat Arts Dojo, and Kai Asakura fighting out of Japan Top Team. Height and reach advantage for the blue corner here tonight. But Asakura has the knockouts, he has the resume, he has the experience here in mixed martial arts. And immediately, both of them throwing in the center of the octagon. Derek Dojo circling well. But Asakura, big shot from Asakura. Asakura, I mean, he may have a disadvantage in reach here, but he uses his reach very well, as he has. You see right there, Derek Dojo, though, has got that Muay Thai regimen. And he is, I mean, a master of the 8 limbs. Big shot from Dojo here. Oof. Derek Dojo fighting out of the Snyder Combat Arts Dojo. Obviously a protege of Ashley Snyder. Took him under her wing And he has just been a phenom ever since. You see him landing these big shots. Nice elbow on the inside. Ooh, nice teep kick from Asakura. Asakura obviously has been around the world, rising. Japanese mixed martial arts. If you're talking about legends of Japanese mixed martial arts, look no further than the Asakura brothers, as they have more than made their mark, and now they have come to the UFC looking to become the next big power duo of mixed martial arts. And this is just some high-level striking right here from both of these men. Nice check hook from Dojo, but Asakura coming forward. A nice check hook from Kai Asakura. Ooh, oh, big shot! Watch out for those leaping kicks from Derek Dojo. Derek Dojo looking to become the next Snyder Combat Arts fighter to win a championship in mixed martial arts here. Obviously, Antonio Snyder from the same team just won a championship tonight. Snyder Combat Arts looking to go 3-0 so far on the main card of UFC 54 here in the Spear. And of course, another Snyder Combat Arts fighter. Oof, nice leg kick from Asakura. Jake Carter will be in the main event tonight, challenging for the World Heavyweight Championship against Brock Lesnar. Big shots. Look at them. I'm just look at the speed of these boys. I mean, of course, that's what you come to expect from flyweights, but man, just seeing it up close and in action. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Everything is so fast. The kicks, the punches. Kai Asakura asserting his dominance right now. Just landing big, stunning Derek Dojo at every juncture, and it'll be interesting to see how Dojo performs under the bright lights. Asakura's been here before, man. He's been here his whole career, you know, with high-stakes fights. And yeah, Dojo's been here. And oh, big shot in that rock, Derek Dojo. That's what I'm talking about. Kai Asakura. Just the power of this man is incredible. The way he finds these shots, landing them from all sorts of angles. Derek Dojo has never been at the pinnacle of mixed martial arts until tonight. Big shot, big knees though. Oh my God, there's the Muay Thai from Derek Dojo. Oof. Derek Dojo, known as the star striker, the star pupil of Ashley Snyder. And it's common in Muay Thai to be named after the team that you represent. So when you see all these people with the last name Dojo here in MMA, it's just because they're from the Snyder Dojo. It's not particularly because they're related to each other. That could be a bit confusing, I know. Oh, Kai Asakura looking for that overhand, though. That overhand right of Kai Asakura has put so many people away. And a nice big hook from Kai Asakura. Derek Dojo's got to stay composed. Oh, big shot from Dojo, and he clips him, and he knocks him down. Now we got to fight, ladies and gentlemen. Derek Dojo with the stack mount here. Derek Dojo, big shots in the side control. What a hook that put down Kai Asakura, the Japanese MMA veteran. And Derek Dojo, he can wrestle, ladies and gentlemen. He does. Remember, he does train with Ashley Snyder. He can wrestle. Big shot here. Oh my goodness, they're trading leather here up against the fence. Ooh, nice hook, and a leg kick lands. Derek Dojo putting it all together right now. Combinations going up top, going to the body, going to the legs, but Asakura, big body shot from Asakura. And Asakura trying to bait Derek Dojo into one of those check hooks that he's been landing. Ooh, nice popping shot from Kai Asakura. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, this is a massive pace that these two have set, and it is only round number 1. Can you believe it? Look at these shots, and look at that hook, got right through the guard and dropped Asakura. But Asakura's been here before. We've never really seen Derek Dojo hurt, but Kai Asakura has been here before many times and has rebounded and come back. So it may look like Kai Asakura might be done. I mean, both of these men are busted open, though. I mean, this is incredible visuals for the judges to feast on here if this does go the full 5. But both men looking busted up. And this is what we want to see in this flyweight division. Who is going to carry the torch that Demetrius Johnson has left behind? And of course, Demetrius Johnson in the crowd tonight said he believes that experience might trump youth tonight, and he's going for, Kaya Sakura, but he says, the Snyder Combat Arts, you just never know. These guys are killers. I say that as I'm from that team. These guys are killers here. Nice rangy shots from Derek Dojo, but he misses well with a hook, and Kaya Sakura steps in with a big hook. But that inside leg kick from Derek Dojo, gotta watch that. Body shot blocked. But he goes to the body again and hits it. Nice overhand right from Derek Dojo. And an uppercut drops Kaya Sakura again. And they're back in the guard of Kaya Sakura. Kaya Sakura holding. Kaya Sakura going for an armbar here. Big reversal. Getting that armbar in. No, Derek Dojo gets out of it and passes into side control. Beautiful, beautiful grappling on display from both of these men here, and this is really just the highest level of mixed martial arts. You've seen it all. Kickboxing, Muay Thai, wrestling, some ground and pound, some submissions. Kaya Sakura is going to use his time to regroup. Derek Dojo should really get up and just continue what he's doing. He shouldn't be on the ground here because Kaya Sakura is getting some time to regroup. And we've seen Kaya Sakura is not afraid to be on the ground, threaten those submissions. He'll get you. But Derek Dojo doing good in half guard here. Now passes over into mount. We'll see what he can do here. I don't know, man. Derek Dojo might put him away here. Oh, my goodness. Some big shots. He's got to do something. Oh, my goodness. Disregard what I said. Derek Dojo has got the mount and he's teeing off. Kaya Sakura's got to do something, or Herb Dean's going to stop this. Oh, my goodness. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. The flyweight division has a new king, and his name is Derek Dojo. What a fight. What a finish. Incredible. Snyder Combat Arts has another champion. Derek Dojo, welcome to the big leagues. He is the new king of 125 pounds here in the UFC. And you see here this ground and pound. Really, it was, dropping Asakura, kind of getting Asakura to move and baiting him into that shot that dropped him. And then from there, Derek Dojo just put it all together. Look at the fight stats here. 2 knockdowns for Derek Dojo. And judges had him ahead round number 1. But Asakura, he's no joke, man. He was just throwing, man. They were going tit for tat. If you look at the total strikes, it's only 1 apart for these two men. And that just tells you the pace they were fighting at, the tone they were setting. Man, flyweight is looking a lot more exciting now. We were curious to see who would take over from Demetrius Johnson, who would be the next king of the flyweights. And we got our answer here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Derek Dojo is the new UFC flyweight champion. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, the lightweight championship is on the line. Charles "Do Bronx" Oliveira, 3-time champion here, putting his title on the line against the dominant Russian Usman Nurmagomedov. Shoot Box Academy versus American Kickboxing Academy. And even though Usman's got the height advantage, Charles Oliveira has that reach advantage. And of course, Charles Oliveira, the amount of finishes this man has. 35 finishes. Oh my goodness. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Lightweight championship on the line. Charles "Do Bronx" Oliveira versus Usman Nurmagomedov. And Usman immediately going for those low kicks. Charles, though, establishing dominance of the octagon right now. Takes a big shot, though. Body kick is blocked. Charles Oliveira reclaimed his championship from Alexander Volkanovski. And it's very hard to argue that Charles Oliveira is not the greatest lightweight fighter of all time. I mean, just ignore the fact that this man has almost 40 finishes in his career. But you got to think about the resume, the list of people that he's beaten. You know, just the sheer, will and determination that this man has to be the best. I mean, a guy that many said would never be a UFC champion has now come back and done it 3 times. That's crazy. Big uppercut. Nice leg kick there. Oh, question mark kick from Usman lands, though. And he's got Oliveira up against the cage, but Oliveira battles back. Oliveira fights like a lion, ladies and gentlemen. A kick miss. Trading high kicks now. Oh, big overhand for Usman, and a body kick lands for Usman. Oliveira not afraid to step into the pocket here tonight. A big jumping knee from Oliveira and a huge head kick. Oh, nice side kick to the face. Lands hard. A bicycle knee. Both of them trading these bicycle knees. I don't know what the hell's going on. Nice hook from Oliveira. Usman Nurmagomedov obviously dominated Bellator, PFL, but he's yet to be proven here in the UFC. Maybe this is his chance to break out, and what a huge way it would be to break out to stop, in my opinion, the greatest 155-pound fighter of all time. Big hooks for Oliveira. Usman's hurt. Usman's hurt already. This does not bode well. Oh, you can't go 5 rounds getting hurt from Oliveira because, especially this early, man. I mean, and he drops him. Big knees now, and he drops him again. Charles Oliveira already in the zone. Already finding the state. The flow of consciousness. Oh, my goodness. And Usman tackles him down. Now into side control here. Looking for a Kimura, but Oliveira gets out of it. Nice sweep from Oliveira. Charles Oliveira now in half guard. You did not want to be down here with Charles because, I mean, talk about your submission artist. He is the best in the world at this. You do not want to be on the ground with Charles "Do Bronx" Oliveira. Ooh! Oh, nice knee from Oliveira. And he hits him. And he gets him hard. He stuns him. Usman Nurmagomedov is hurt. Oh my goodness, he's hurt bad. He's stuck up against that fence. Well, Oliveira just picks him apart. Big knee. Oliveira going for the finish. Ladies and gentlemen, you will not find any point fighting in the heart of Charles Oliveira, and he drops him again. Oliveira's got the stack guard here, but Oliveira going for a leg lock. Usman's got to fight this. Oliveira trying to tuck the heel there. Usman getting back to his feet. But Oliveira gonna take him down again. Charles "Do Bronx" Oliveira, ladies and gentlemen. Do Bronx, baby. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is not... Oh, Usman gets out of that, though. Rolls with the momentum, but Charles Oliveira now going for that triangle from the bottom, and there's the tap. Charles Oliveira does it again, ladies and gentlemen. And still the UFC lightweight champion of the world. And he does it in dominating fashion. An absolute masterclass put on by Charles Oliveira. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, sink that triangle in from the bottom. Got the tap and still when he was just ragdolling Usman here, just making him look silly. That is what Charles Oliveira does. He is just on a completely different level, especially when he's locked in like that in the zone. You let Oliveira get ahead of you with the, with the damage and the knockdowns, and Charles Oliveira, he can do that for 5 rounds, but he's not going to need 5 rounds to finish. That's the thing, and that is just beautiful violence on display here. The UFC lightweights have their hands full if they want to dethrone Charles Oliveira. I mean, what is next for Charles Oliveira, man? Because everyone they said will be a nightmare for him. He's beaten them. He's got that back against Volkanovski. Maybe we see a rematch there. A big cap-off fight for those two. I mean, who else is there? Dustin Poirier. I mean, Justin Gaethje. Those are some interesting fights there. But, man, Charles Oliveira, man, just in a league of his own right now. It's very hard to see anybody stopping the run that he's on. And has to be someone particularly special that can nullify everything he's doing. Ladies and gentlemen, wow. All right, ladies and gents, co-main event of the evening. The Ruthless Rebel, Anthony Chandler takes on the Dutch Knight, Reinier de Ridder, for the UFC, the vacant UFC Light Heavyweight Championship in the absence of Alan Snyder, who recently made his retirement. And as we can see, de Ridder has the huge size and reach advantage here. More experience, undefeated record. Anthony Chandler has his work cut out for him tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. A possible 5 rounds in the UFC Light Heavyweight Championship on the line. Anthony Chandler putting up that Philly shell there, and the Dutch Knight already going to work. Obviously, Anthony Chandler getting injured before his bout with Alan Snyder, what was to be Alan's retirement opponent here. Antonio Snyder filled in there, and Anthony just says he's ready to get back and get what should have always been his to begin with. Anthony Chandler has the chance to make history here. Oh, big shots though for de Ridder, who told me in the fighter meeting that he's been working particularly on his striking. He says he already knows he can out-wrestle Anthony Chandler, but he wants to show something new tonight. Anthony Chandler, of course, one of the most prolific strikers that 205 has ever seen. Maybe that the UFC has ever seen. The man is just so patient. He picks his shots well. He knows exactly where to find that target. But de Ridder moving well, a lot better than we've seen him before with the striking. Nice check hook from Chandler, though. De Ridder gets in. De Ridder's really got to use that size, though. I mean, he's got a size advantage over Chandler here. De Ridder, theoretically, is like a heavyweight. Big takedown already. And he got that one easy. That does not bode well for Chandler. Passes into mount immediately. Reinier de Ridder. Ladies and gentlemen, the former multiple Division 1 champion here came to the UFC. He said he came to the UFC really to fight Alan Snyder. That was the challenge he wanted. Obviously, that fight never happened, but, I mean, he's up against the guy that came the closest to beating Allen, and they're trading leather here in the center of the octagon. Nice check hook from the Dutch Knight. Chandler, though, popping that jab. Using that Philly shell is Chandler. Chandler lunging forward with shots. Oh, big shot from de Ridder. That rocked Chandler here. And you got to wonder, all that time away from the cage, what has it done to Anthony Chandler? The injuries, the ring rust. Big shots from de Ridder here, but Chandler answers, fires right back, and they're standing in the center in the phone booth. And we've seen a lot more of this from Chandler, man, where Chandler, you know, when he first came to the UFC, it used to be a lot of, oh, Chandler, oh my goodness, Chandler, oh, goes in the mount, threatens the guillotine and goes in the mount. Early in Chandler's career, we would see the, you know, a more patient, a more reserved, you know, just willing to sit back and counter strike. But recently, he's been more aggressive, man. He's been more coming forward, willing to stand and trade, and that's kind of something that happened, you know, that started in his first fight with Fallon Snyder about 3 years ago, I want to say. Wow. It's crazy that the time flies like that. And now Chandler in the mount. The Ritter going to try to get back to his feet, but no. And here's the thing. Chandler's no joke with the submissions as well. Anthony Chandler has submitted people that you would never think could be submitted. Ooh, oh my goodness. A Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt is Anthony Chandler. He's got that in. This could be it. No. The Ritter escapes. Chandler's not going to sit there and ground and pound you. He's going to look for those submissions, man. He's going to throw some strikes on the ground, but that's really just to get you in position, you know, get you, you know, forgetting about those submissions. And he is just deadly with them. Oof. Big elbow there. And now just Chandler just smashing the Ritter here on the ground. If you want to talk about cardio, Chandler definitely has the Ritter beat there. I mean, Anthony Chandler can fight at whatever pace he wants for 5 rounds straight. We've seen it with Alan Snyder. We've seen it with Adam Matsuda. Now look at this. Anthony Chandler. He was trying to set up. Ooh, something. Oh, the Ritter with the reversal, though, kicking off the cage. But Chandler again. Chandler now scrambling, and both men are back to their feet, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Already looking to trade. Anthony Kenneth Chandler looking to become the next fighter out of Snyder Combat Arts to capture a championship here. In addition to Jake Carter, who will be fighting next. Oof. Or, well, rather in addition to Antonio Snyder and Derek Dojo, and could be joined by Jake Carter if he pulls it off, if the two of them pull it off. The Ritter now picking his shots here. But Chandler with that check hook. Watch out for the counter striking with Anthony Chandler, though. And it's just weird to see Chandler, you know, doing this. You know, he's getting hit a lot more than he usually does because he's more willing to engage and throw. And look at this head kick from the Ritter, man. Whew. Don't call him the Dutch Knight for nothing, ladies and gentlemen. That is an insane man right there. Just the reach, the limbs of the man. I mean, just when you think you're out of range, bang. But I don't know. I have mixed feelings about this new style of Anthony Chandler that we've been seeing recently, where, you know, he's just willing to get hit and, you know, kind of bait you into, or rather goad you into striking with them. Because, yeah, Anthony Chandler, he's got that one-hit knockout power. We've seen Anthony Chandler knocks people out in the very last second of a fight, out cold, stiff. So, I mean, I guess if it works here, but so far they are in the center of the octagon just trading straight bombs with each other. Nice body kick from De Ritter. Big shot. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Uppercut to the body. Oh, nice knee from Rainer De Ritter. Rainer De Ritter's just so big, so long. Another nice shot there. Oh, big takedown for De Ritter here. Ooh. Oh. Chandler not letting go of that armbar. This could be it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, no. De Ritter gets out of it, but Chandler still in mount. Still not the Oh. Still not the optimal position for the Ritter here. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Anthony Chandler just teeing off right now. Oh. That leg lock in, no. Back to the feet. Oh, huge head kick drops Rainer de Ritter. And a nice elbow. 6-12 elbow from Anthony Chandler, man. The shots he can hit up against the cage. So cerebral. And there's that check hook from Chandler. Baited the Ritter into that. And maybe that's the shot Chandler's been looking for because that hurt the Ritter bad. Those are the kind of shots Chandler has been looking for. Get the Ritter off his game and a huge uppercut. And there it is. Anthony Chandler drops him again. Anthony Chandler, another uppercut, drops him. Oh my goodness, this could be it. Anthony Chandler now. Big shots. Nice elbow there for the Ruthless Rebel. And he's got the submission. Does he have it? He's got the submission in mind, the arm bar. There it is. There's the tap. And the new 205-pound Emperor. The Ruthless Rebel reigns over the light heavyweight championship here tonight in the Sphere, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. Just an emphatic performance for the Ruthless Rebel. You saw he was timed those uppercuts, dropped the Ritter, and just saw the opportunity and took that arm, snatched that arm up, got the tap, and we have a new Titan at 205 pounds. The Snyder Combat Arts Academy has yet another world champion. And maybe this is destiny for Anthony Chandler, because what he told me in the fighter meeting was that destiny can be delayed, but it cannot be denied. And he believed it was his destiny to be a UFC world champion. And to his credit, man, the first time he challenged for the belt, he almost got it. I mean, it was a split decision. The fight could have gone either way. Many people scored that fight for Chandler, you know. Many people say he is the man that cracked the Alan Snyder code. The second time it was more one-sided in Alan's favor, but I mean, the third time's a charm here, because look at this. Bang. I mean, it's hard to argue that it was Chandler's fate to just one day be a UFC world champion, and the timing worked out perfect, man. Because if not for Alan, he would have already been the champion. If not for Alan, Anthony Chandler would have been the UFC light heavyweight champion 3 years ago. But that just shows the levels of Anthony Chandler. Just the level he competes at is just... it's unachievable for a lot of these people, you know? It's unfathomable. And the game plan worked tonight, ladies and gentlemen. New UFC light heavyweight champion, Anthony Ruthless Rebel Chandler. Wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, main event of the evening, Jake Carter versus Brock Lesnar for the UFC Heavyweight Championship of the world. Jake Carter looking to capture his fourth divisional title. In 2018, he captured the lightweight and welterweight championships. In 2023, I believe, he captured the middleweight championship. Obviously, he has that super fight championship. But this would be his 4th divisional title if he can do it. And Brock Lesnar immediately takes the center of the octagon and slams Jake Carter. That is a huge, huge opening barrage from Brock Lesnar. But Jake gets the sweep. Jake gets the sweep. I mean, this is an insane task for Jake Carter to be jumping up. I mean, he's coming from middleweight. He's coming all the way down from middleweight. I mean, this is insane for Jake Carter right now. Brock back to his feet, but wow, that was a wow. Oh my goodness, now Brock landing clean on Jake Carter. Will the size be too much for Carter? He's eating shots here. Jake Carter gets stumbled with an overhand from Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar said that Jake Carter is a child and he's gonna play with his snacks here tonight. Oh my goodness, this is just insane to think about, that this fight was made, that Jake Carter considered doing this, that it's happening right now. Jake stuffs the takedown though. Oh, Jake takes the back of Brock Lesnar. Now Brock Lesnar's wrestling is insane, but Jake Carter has always had that wrestling, you know? He's always had the wrestling. Actually, his striking is more recent than his wrestling. Obviously training with the likes of Antonio Snyder. Ooh, George St. Pierre. Oh. And, ooh. Faraz Zahabi. Ooh. Ooh, big shot. Oh my goodness. Every one of these shots you feel like could put Jake Carter out. I mean, this is just insane. Ooh. Jake Carter's really got to find something here. Maybe those knees are it. Jake Carter's really got to find something here to back Brock Lesnar off, because, oof. You know, there's so many unanswered questions here for Carter here that, you know, the cardio, can he fight off the back foot like this for 5 rounds? Ooh, oh, Jake Carter throwing heavy, but Brock Lesnar gets the wheelbarrow throw and gets that takedown. Brock Lesnar now takes the back of Jake Carter. What is Brock going to do here? Jake Carter getting back to his feet here. Ooh, Brock trying to lift him up, but Carter doing a good job of staying upright. And that's got to be a huge confidence booster for Jake Carter and his head coach tonight, Antonio Snyder. Oof. Antonio saying that they are prepared for this fight anywhere it goes. Says he's not concerned about the wrestling. He's not concerned about the size. Oof. And Antonio Snyder believes in a lighter man's skill. We'll see if that rings true here tonight. But right now, Jake is getting pounded on. Big shot from Brock Lesnar. And another big one. They exchange uppercuts there. Jake Carter gets a nice trip, though. Oh, and a big shot from Jake Carter. And Jake Carter now teeing off here on the canvas. Brock Lesnar pushes back to his feet. Some big moments for both men here in the first round already, but I believe Brock Lesnar's gotten a little bit ahead of Jake Carter here as he scores another takedown, and Brock just throwing Jake around. And now the north-south position for Brock. He might be going for a submission here, looking for a Kimura. It's Brock Lesnar, but Jake Carter gets out of it. Now in the full guard, Jake Carter going for a guillotine. Brock floats in the half guard. Jake Carter now pushing off and ends up in the guard of Brock Lesnar. But Brock Lesnar now reverses position and takes it back on Jake Carter. Oh my goodness, Jake Carter gonna flip over and take the back of Brock Lesnar. But now Brock Lesnar gonna flip over and take the back of Jake Carter. And Jake Carter again, oh my goodness, Jake Carter takes the back again. This is an insane pace that these men are setting. In round number 1, the grappling on display from both of these men shows that neither of them have come to be a footnote in the other man's story, to be another chapter in the other man's story. Jake Carter with the chance to make history. Brock Lesnar with the chance to reclaim his heavyweight throne. Ooh, big shot from Jake Carter, though. Oh, Jake. Oh, Jake Carter gets the takedown. Nice defense from Jake Carter and get the takedown. And now in the stack mount is Jake Carter here. It's very hard to argue that if Jake Carter doesn't pull this off tonight, I mean, is he the greatest of all time? You know, we had the debates, Volkanovski, Snyder, ooh, Oliveira, Oof. John Jones, GSP, all these debates of who the greatest is, but if Jake Carter does this tonight, he will be the only one. I mean, he's the only one right now that has, that has the opportunity to be a 4-division champion. He'll be the only one in history. He's the first in history to be a 3-division champion. And he would be the only in history tonight to be a 4-division if he wins tonight. But look at this big slam from Brock Lesnar. And that was in the first 10 seconds of the fight. Brock Lesnar just asserting his dominance immediately. Lifting Jake Carter like a kid and throwing him down. Sort of a welcome to my world moment, you know? Like, welcome to the doghouse, ladies and gentlemen. Brock Lesnar is called the Beast Incarnate for a reason. Here we go. Round number 2 of a possible 5 rounds. Both men immediately taking the center of the octagon again. Ooh. Oh, big hook from Jake Carter, though. And now Jake Carter showing no fear. Now it's Jake Carter coming forward. Brock Lesnar. Ooh, I mean, you got to think about that cardio of Lesnar, man. Brock Lesnar's not a 5-round fighter. At least not at this pace. Ooh. But Jake Carter absolutely is. And that couldn't be said about him 10 years ago. 10 years ago, Jake Carter was known for, gassing out early. But in recent times, oh, big uppercut for Jake Carter. And down goes Brock Lesnar. Oh, my God. Jake Carter has dropped him. Jake Carter has dropped him. And the arm bar. Oh, my goodness, the arm bar. Brock Lesnar survives. But Jake Carter gets a knockdown against Brock Lesnar. The arm triangle. Oh my goodness, Jake Carter. We could be looking at the first ever 4-division UFC champion. Brock Lesnar back to his feet. What a moment. Jake Carter gets the knockdown in round number 2. And now he takes Brock Lesnar down. He's got the back. Jake Carter's got the back. There's no way. There's no way. Jake Carter's got the back. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. Brock Lesnar fights out of it. Jake Carter is on top. Big shots from Jake Carter. A big uppercut put Brock Lesnar down. And Jake now has him in the cradle. North-south position. Jake Carter, side control. Brock Lesnar has got to weather the storm here. Regroup, get back to his feet, get some kind of dominant position because Jake Carter with these elbows now slices Brock Lesnar open. Lesnar is bleeding out of the mouth here. Lesnar is bleeding out of the mouth and he's bleeding. Looks like right near the eye. Brock Lesnar. No, Jake Carter. Nice scramble from Jake Carter. And now Jake Carter's got Brock. Body lock. Oh my God, big. Oh my God, big hook from Jake Carter. Brock Lesnar's down again. Brock Lesnar's down again. There's no way. Jake Carter, armbar, 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 armbar. Brock Lesnar's in a world of hurt here. Jake Carter looking to make history. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you gotta do if you want to be the greatest of all time. Jake Carter, ladies and gentlemen. Jake Carter. Brock Lesnar, though, is going to battle back, and he takes the back of Jake Carter. Brock Lesnar's not out of this yet, but Jake Carter reverses position. Jake Carter reverses position. Jake Carter, the ground and pound. He's looking to end this. Jake Carter's looking to end this right here, right now. Jake Carter floats over, takes the back. There's no way. There's no way. Jake Carter. Oh, my goodness. He's got him. Oh, my goodness. It's under the chin. It's under the chin. Oh, my goodness. Brock Lesnar taps out. Jake Carter is the UFC heavyweight champion of the world. 4 divisions, 4 championships across 4 divisions. Jake fucking Carter, baby, look at that. The overhand into the hook. Jake Carter has done it. Jake Carter has went to uncharted territory and slayed the beast. Incredible. 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 Wow. 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 Oh
my goodness. Round number 1. Jake Carter, it looked like this might have been too much for him to handle. It looked like the size difference might have been too much. But Jake Carter, he shook off the nerves. He shook off the cobwebs. And in round 2, you saw the pressure. You saw he was going, advancing, forwarding. Antonio Snyder said that Brock Lesnar was getting tired. And Jake Carter flipped the switch. And Jake Carter just exploded. And he has decimated the beast incarnate, Jake motherfucking Carter, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. 4 division champion, 5 championships total here in the UFC. Jake Carter is the one, the only 4 division king, 4 kingdoms conquered, 4 legends slayed. Jake Carter has done it. Oh my goodness. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Well, believe it. Jake Carter, baby.